This is a beautiful spot on a volatile day, and I'm not talking about the weather. The world woke up to some pretty dramatic moves, and they're ongoing in financial markets. So before I get to the main subject at hand, I want to spend a few moments talking about what that means for us in Canada. And I think the first observation is what's going on is a direct consequence of President Trump's unjustified tariffs against Canada, tariffs that were first levied on Canada and Mexico, and then on the world. And those measures are going to hit a lot of people's savings, including their retirement savings. And as much as this is unfortunate, it was not unforeseen. This is what we have been concerned about. And indeed, this is what we've been trying to warn the President of the United States about. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There may be some tough days ahead for Canadians, but I also want to reassure that we are prepared. We foresaw this. And borrowing on my experience helping to guide Canada through the 2008 financial crisis and helping the United Kingdom weather the impacts of Brexit, we have been taking steps, and we are continuing to take steps to protect Canadians.
Speaking of economic matters, we are all watching the stock market with interest today. We have to acknowledge that this chaos is the direct result of wrong-headed, unnecessary, chaotic policies coming from President Trump. These tariffs are a massive distraction, and they remind us why it was such a mistake for the Liberals to make us so dependent on the Americans over the lost Liberal decade. In the short term, my government has already proposed an immediate response to help our seniors. We proposed to delay by 2 years the time when seniors must withdraw their savings from their RSP and be taxed on it. This 2-year delay will save many seniors from being forced to crystallize losses they're experiencing on the stock market today. We know that the seniors should not pay the price for Donald Trump's economic vandalism over the last several days, and that is why we will allow our seniors to keep their money invested until they regain their lost amounts. We've also announced that we will allow seniors who choose to work to earn up to $34,000 tax-free. That's $10,000 more than right now.
Well, we've laid out a number of measures to actually pay for these programs, but let me just talk about in general the threat of a recession. It's a real threat. There are real concerns that we might find ourselves in a position where we're up against a lot of difficulty. We have found throughout history that you don't cut your way out of recession. That just makes the pain even worse. What you have to do is invest in people. And with the uncertainty in the States and how that's impacting workers in Canada, we actually need to invest in our country. So there's massive revenue that we could recover by ending tax havens, by closing the loopholes, and making sure companies pay exactly what they owe. Not increasing taxes, but just collecting what we owe could increase revenue significantly. I've also talked about victory bonds as a way for Canadians to invest in our country, to invest in the infrastructure and the housing needs that we have. There's ways for Canadians to invest like we did during the World Wars. Victory bonds are a way for Canadians to actually have stability, and with all the mess of the market that we're seeing, it's actually a more guaranteed investment for a lot of people. It probably makes a lot of sense for people who are worried about the fluctuations in the market. Having that guarantee and that return on investment is a good way, and also knowing that you're investing in your country. So these are some of the ways that we could raise those funds.